It's a very unique offering in Canberra. It's a circular building, all glass on the outside, and everyone's got lake or water views. What can I say about the building other than it's a stunning architectural piece, and definitely one of the most beautiful buildings, I think, on the Kingston foreshore. When the building first opened, we already had a couple of people who had EVs, so it was on the radar of the executive committee almost immediately. But we couldn't really gauge what the longer-term need was going to be. We started right away thinking about it, but then I would say about a year ago, we got serious about getting into the detail because we had increased volume of owners saying, I don't own one now, I'm thinking of buying one, what am I going to do? We decided that a member of the executive committee would take the lead. We wanted to make sure that we had the technical component correct. It's a complicated issue. We knew there were safety implications. We didn't understand what it meant for the overall usage, the power of the building. Then the owner attended an ActewAGL information session, which also covered safety. And then we decided that we would invite ActewAGL on site to have a look and give us some advice. They were great at doing so. They didn't charge for the advice, but they were very, very clear on the technical component, which was important to us. We needed to make sure we had the costs right and that we had the capacity to do it in the building.
Buildings will need to consider what their existing electrical capacity is, what the demand is within the building, and what the cost of those solutions might be and what the cost appetite is to the owners' corporation. The charges that have been installed at Sapphire Apartments allow us to meet a stopgap demand within the building, whilst technological developments occur to better be able to retrofit apartments with a large number of charges.
What we did was decided to use a couple of existing visitor car parks and we transformed them into the charging stations. We found the rollout process very straightforward and quick, but it was getting to the point where we were really comfortable. We ticked all the boxes, the safety issues were covered off, the costs were covered off. From there, it was just easy to install and get it moving.
The existing EV chargers that have been installed within the Sapphire building more recently are certainly an easy system for us to manage. The ease of use means that we can provide people with RFID cards to manage their EV charging costs. And for us administratively, it's really, really easy to ensure that the owners' corporation isn't out of pocket for the electricity that's used across the EV chargers. People are often considering EV chargers when they're looking to buy an apartment. We are finding that because of the market demand for EVs, that people are actually looking away from buildings that aren't looking to do anything with EVs. We've worked with the ActewAGL team before to work on potential projects across a number of buildings across Canberra. But it was a fairly simple pathway to go to them to find out what solutions they had worked with in the market. So they were able to come up with a fairly simple solution for this building to allow us to meet the demands that existed within the building and were within the owners' corporation's ability to do at this point in time.
We definitely would advise anybody who's going to be doing this to start sooner rather than later. We found that the biggest amount of time involved in this project was the research side, where we had to really look at what our options were, make sure we had that technical advice from ActewAGL. With the advice of ActewAGL, we were able to come up with a system that was pretty straightforward and easy.